Hello everybody, this is ZigZagZog coming to you from somewhere in this world. We're back to continue our playthrough of Empire Total War featuring Darthmod and a 40 unit save version. As I mentioned at the end of last episode, we got battles galore lined up, and the first one I'm going to start with is here in the Americas. With this army right here, we're going to see if once and for all we can knock out the Iroquois. I would assume that if we take over their capital, this unit that's trying to make a move the long way around on Niagara will no longer exist, being unable to be supported with no home country. So that is the plan here. So let's get it started. And it is in our favor. A lot of bowmen, which can cause fits and issues with me, especially, and I'll tell you especially why. Well, we do, because we don't have maybe as many cavalry as I would prefer, but at first I only saw this guy up here, but yeah, we do have a few units of cavalry. So our cavalry is going to be busy against these bowmen, because they seem to be the best defense against the bowmen. But we also got to worry about, they've got native lancers out there too, so our cavalry isn't free to roam uncontested. The good thing in the battle, of course, we do have artillery pieces to move against them, but all the remaining units, the American warriors, the medicine men, their elite infantry, they're going to be closing in for hand-to-hand combat to try and take out. So we're going to see if they surrender, which they won't in this instance, and we will see you down on the battlefield here. Alright, lovely day for a battle. Let's go see where their deployment zone looks like. It's straight ahead of us. Yep, pretty much straight ahead. I don't know that we have the definitive spot though, given the rolling and undulating terrain here for artillery. So I will take a look, see where we want to set up, and then we'll start this battle. Alright, here we go. We are setting up on the hill so that we do not have any blocked lines of sight that these undulating hills gave us when we set up down on the lower ground. So we decided to put the artillery up on the hillside, and therefore I've only kept a regiment of foot on either side of the artillery along with my pikemen. Everybody else is going to be down in battle line formation, too deep because of the melee threat, and then we'll keep some loose irregulars off to the side up here to hassle and harass, and then our 3 regiments of cavalry are going to be down on this end to move out against their actions, and the general is in the trees staying safe in the center at the moment. So that's our setup. Not a typical one that we usually use, but with this hillside and the terrain, I felt it better just to have artillery back farther. Probably not under much threat, but if it should happen, they've got good protection against some of my highest ranked line infantry regiments and the pikemen for sure. So I'm not worried about that threat if they decide to go total flank and go after artillery. Otherwise, my line is in good shape to be able to hold on its own. Let's get it started and see how they begin the battle, or how visible they will be to begin this battle. Pretty visible in the center. I'm thinking, let's take a look at what we got over here. We got Native American warriors. I think I'm going to move my cavalry into the trees at the moment, as long as they can. This may very well be. We're going to have to watch our line infantry closely. I'm curious as all get out. Fire by rank should be available. Let's move the regulars off to a side supporting role. Looks like the bulk of the attack may be coming down in this direction. bring the irregulars farther down. We may have to bend the line appropriately to face them, but they're going to give us our test right here. I'm not seeing fire by rank happening right now. Should be set up properly for that to be able to happen, so we're gonna have to take a look at that. And the bowmen are peppering us badly right now. Now we're gonna bring our cavalry in on their lancers. This attack has been repulsed. There we got some fire by rank going on. Now we've got it clicking a little bit over here. And that has driven away the archers, which I'm not used to seeing happen. Archers usually have their way with me, and they've closed in for some melee combat. Time to bring some reinforcements down to help out in this attack with the flank. The artillery needs to be repositioned out more to the distance so we don't bombard our own troops over here. And they've been driven off. So let's reposition over here for our backup. They're going against our lines here. And they're about to go against the lines in the center. But that just folded. Okay, our cavalry, we need to get into the action. I never took them off fire. I want them to charge against the bowmen. That is where their specialty lies. We've got more Native American units moving around the outside. Line battle on the flank. We're driving off some heavy melee at the moment so far, and we got more melee in the center that just got driven off. We're going to bring down some more support in the center. Managing to drive off their attack. We got some bowmen that are standing free. Let's go after them with our cavalry. And we will readjust our line once we knock these last few units out, and we will kind of enfilade a bit to angle off for this next attack by this wave of bowmen here. Battle is tough in the center, so we're going to need support before we can get anyone else over there. Let's bring some linemen over here, allow them to fire. Tough battle in the center. Native American warriors putting up a tough melee battle for us here. We still got artillery moving in there. Not good. Artillery, do not fire on your own units. Cavalry is getting off track. Let's go against some more bowmen, and we have held down in the bottom south here. Time to bring our lines back into some semblance of order as we get some more reinforcements up here. We're going to allow everybody in that position to shoot. In fact, we're going to run though, because we need to get formed up for this wave of attack that's coming around on the side. And out here we have medicine men, which can be dangerous. Not exactly the ideal forces we want facing our cavalry, but we are going to bring our cavalry down here now, as tired as they are, to work on these lancers, as our units are forming up quickly to try and take on this wave of bowmen coming at them. In fact, the attack on the center has solidified. We're going to bring in even some more units down here. Get our line adjusted to meet their attack. In fact, we'll need backup if we got Native American warriors coming at us. Got a fierce battle going here with the Lancers. Bowmen are withering a bit under our fire. If we're able to continue this fire by rank, which we saw at least one unit doing, not every unit. Medicine men coming to help the Lancers. And we enclosed here, so we need to help push off. And they're folding. So we'll bring them back in their reserve role. Fire by rank, improving our ability to maintain fire with the bowmen. And the enemy general has been killed, although our forces over here are not holding super strong against the Native American Lancers, especially with more forces coming up. So let's withdraw from this battle. We don't need to be smothered in by the medicine men. They're elite units. Let's get out of here, boys. Get out of here. Don't go back to fight. Move, move, move. Get out of here. Get out of here. In fact, let's pull back over here behind our line. You guys have done your job. You need help. If these guys want to follow, they will get into range of fire. Broken. So let's let our cavalry rest. They've done some hard work for us. We have some units out here, some bowmen, and we have irregulars, which probably are not. We'll see how well they hold up against the bowmen. But their attack overall has withered. Some medicine men moving in now. We may need our cavalry to suck it up and help us, because we're not getting any fire right now. There we go. I made it to the second row, fire by rank, and we drove them off. The fire by rank making a huge difference right now in this battle. Looks like we've just about driven them all off, it would appear. We're going to silence the cannons, or at least the one I see down here. And where do we have units left remaining? Over here on the wing. Cavalry, time to go in against the bowmen, knock them out, and end this battle. Nobody else appears to be reforming, so this should be the final assault down here. And the bowmen should not last long. There they go. That should be it. Yes, end of the battle, victory. And it's a heroic victory on our part, so we did very well. handling that attack. Fire by rank, what a difference between the hand-to-hand melee attacks. We're able to do a lot more damage to their forces before they get into melee range with us, so we are victorious. We have taken them out. Their army, as we figured, is gone. We now hold the final Iroquois territory. And the benefit to that is when it's time to move against New York, we can move up to the freaking border and be so close. Although the forces that they are mustering now are making that something that looks like it could be challenging. We're going to tear this down, change it with our own kind of building. We're going to tear this down, change it with our own kind of building so we get the maximum benefit. Tear this down with our own kind of building, and I think that may be the only buildings we need to convert over here. Oops, here's one more. Alrighty. Region captured, nation destroyed. Now there's one more thing in the Americas down in Florida that we wanted to look at, and that is right here. I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and take over this territory just to eliminate even more income on their part and more of their ability to wage war against us. Eventually we're going to have units that are going to be able to converge on the Kentucky territory from the north once we solidify our position up here and head south. And we're just going to keep wreaking havoc on them and hopefully picking them off little by little down here. So let's get over here and take out Savannah, Georgia. And they should, I'm guessing, surrender. Yep. So we've taken over the territory. We're going to tear it down right here. We're going to tear it down right here. So even if they do briefly take it over, even though they only have smatterings of forces, if they can manage to combine all those forces to move against us, it could be a nice little battle ahead of us. Yeah, we are all recovering and re-recruiting. The public order down here. Oh, we are in luck. We are in luck. I thought we'd have a negative down here with the common folk, but we're holding tough, and it should start improving in one turn once the magistrate is built. So good news there. We've taken over Georgia. And something that's annoying me over here, these two units, I think we're going to move out of New Orleans and see if we can handle that. We may not be able to quite reach them, and even if we do, they very well will probably retreat. And they don't. What do you know? I think these are very low units. I'm not even going to spend the time on a battle here. We're going to go auto-resolve. I don't have to worry about losing any random ships on this one. Let's just make this happen. Alright, we took them out. Nobody remaining. Although we did lose 166 men compared to their 45. I think I could have done better, but this is not a disaster. We're going to go ahead and repair the facilities here. And we're not going to work on constructing anything else down here at the moment until we get a clearer picture of what's going on right here. I think our Navy now should be repaired down here. Yes, they are. So they're ready to move and help pick us up whenever that should happen. Let's see if we can't squeeze in one more battle over in India. And we'll do this one back up in Kutak as our next battle right here. We're going to combine our forces, not at 100%. They are battle worn, but we should easily outnumber these guys even in this condition. Easily. We're going to go ahead with this battle even with the mortars, and they have artillery. We just have, we outnumber them. We have significant amounts of artillery, so let's see what else we're looking at. Melee infantry, dervishes. A little bit of camel gunners, a little bit of the arrow shooting horsemen, but mostly melee with a little bit of musketmen. Yeah, so we should do fine on this one. We'll see if they want to surrender. Probably not. And once again, we're going to meet you down on the battlefield. All right. Nice day for a battle, apparently. We kind of got a little bit of a forward position on both the wings, where they're going to have mortar fire coming against us. I'm thinking our center position that we have for artillery is going to be as good as any to try and take out that mortar fire. Massive amount of cavalry, artillery here. Massive amount of artillery. And we don't have any immediate. There are a few blind spots here and there, but right in front of us, absolutely none. So if they want to be foolhardy enough to try and charge away at us, let those melee troops do it. What we're going to do, since we just vastly outnumber them, is we can afford, even though we don't have... Oh, we do have pikemen too. What do you know? We will leave the pikemen to guard the center and the artillery. We're going to tempt them by keeping the artillery all together and dare them to come charge the artillery. I know normally I depart at this point to set up everything else on its own, but it's pretty basic setup. It's not a drastic difference from what I would have done anyway. And here we are. The only thing I'm going to do is add this regiment of horse out onto the wings with the rest of our cavalry. So if we have a chance to run in on their artillery pieces, we can, and we are positioned to do so. There we go. We got second row ready to move up should the melee become an issue, and our commander will just stay front and center. Let's see where they are. Pretty far in the back. We got horsemen right up front. Where are their mortars? Cavalry right here. We got some mortars over here. This one's right behind a building, but mortars can shoot high enough to be able to overcome that. So we'll let our artillery continue their barrage in this direction. Should they move away with the dervishes and the camel gunners and the musketmen here, we are going to get our cavalry ready to respond. And the early cavalry move is to come against our flank, not to be totally unexpected. We'll go into square formation to better hold up against them. And we will take the second tier off of fire at will at this time, as I often do, so they don't fire into our backs. And he's kind of held still over here. They are well positioned to avoid a lot of our artillery fire, although we are starting to do some damage on personnel. And they are keeping forces in the back at the moment temporarily. Now if they just move these dervishes out, I'm going to move in, because I feel between the amount of cavalry we have, we can easily overcome the gunners and then still take on the artillery. And they're starting to move in close. And the cavalry has made their charge over here, and the dervishes are coming in on the center. So what we're going to do is we're going to try seeing if we have the time to get off a round of canister fire. In fact, rather than move my cavalry and it doesn't look like it. We're going to go off canister fire. We got to bring the pikemen out to protect our artillery. And their own artillery went into the back side of their dervishes, and they are folding fast. And just for that simple reason alone, we're going to bring our own pikemen back behind the artillery so we don't do the same as fire in their backs and do a lot of damage. Okay, we're back under control. We repulsed there. It's time I want to get my cavalry moving because they're taking the brunt of the bombardments right now. In fact, we're going to bring these two units there, and we're going to bring this unit against a mortar, and we're going to bring this unit against a mortar, and we are going to redirect cannon fire so we do not shoot against their artillery at the moment. Fire by rank paying off already. We're able to repulse melee units. And we got our pikemen misdirected. We got to get them running, because they're going to take on some artillery. Their little fake maneuver, thinking they're going to run past the artillery, and instead they moved in and they did take out a unit of artillery. Our pikemen should be enough now to drive them off. Let's see how we're doing against their artillery pieces. We are doing just fine. And it looks like we have handled the other units. Let's take our cavalry front and center against the dervishes. In fact, we'll bring this unit around to come up behind. They're going to be met from multiple angles here. And they should, I would hope, fall. So that's under control. Let's go back to the center and get our pikemen out of here. And our artillery ended up holding. They took some injuries, they took some damage, but they are back firing away. So we made it just in the nick of time. What we're going to do is convert to canister shot. Get our pikemen moving fast before they take canister injuries, which they may have just done right there. And they're driven off. So we're holding up well in this attack. Right now I see no urgent spots where they're causing too many problems. We will get everybody off canister shot now. And help on the wings where we have the last remaining threat. I think it's safe to bring these guys out of square formation. And I think it's safe. Let's see who else we got working out here. We got units firing on us, and that's the camel gunners have regrouped and come back. So all hands on deck back here with all of our cavalry units against the camel gunners. This time we will stay with them and finish them off. Now back on our other line on the wings, it looks like that has folded also in the meantime with both cannon fire and fire by rank fire, so we should be in good shape for this battle to just about be ended. And here we go, we got some more units that have rallied. Little cannon fire never hurt. We can bring this unit in on their side really fast. And they'll have multi-directional fire, and they've already folded anyway. And that's it. End of battle victory. We've taken over a province in India that this time we're going to see if we can't fight for it. Heroic victory. An amazing job. Only 352 losses. Wow, good job, man. And there's our province. Let's take a look at the army here. We're going to tear that down and rebuild. Oh, we can upgrade. So that building hasn't been upgraded. This building, yeah, we can keep as is to upgrade. This building we'll be able to upgrade, but we're not going to spend too much on these upgrades yet till we see what kind of forces they're going to bring against us. This one I am going to change. We'll go back to the church school. At one time we tried to build there, but they they had no part of it. And we'll keep our preacher here. So I think we're going to have to do with 2 battles in the books. I think we're probably going to be sitting at enough time, and we're going to hold off for the final battle of this round to start next turn. This is going to be a significant battle. Look at the forces there versus our full stack that we brought along. We're in for some fun coming up. Let's just take trait gained as Dirk Verbeek. Which commander is he? This is the one right here that we just did. He gained a promotion or gained some abilities. Plus 10% to infantry unit campaign movement range. -1 to morale in battles. +3 to command when leading infantry units. This man is seen as a harsh taskmaster and is not loved. That's why, despite his habit of victory. This general has enjoyed a great many victories when commanding an army almost exclusively of infantry forces. This trait cannot be lost. So that hurt to morale is not good, but there's some other nice traits he has. Alright, so this is ZigZagZog signing off from somewhere in this world. I want to appreciate and show my thanks to all of you who have watched this episode to this point. Help me out now. Hit that little thumbs up like button for me. Subscribe if you haven't yet so you don't miss any future episodes. And thanks so much. I appreciate it and hope to see you next time.